Hi guys, welcome to our Sunday Live podcast, our first ever edition, our first ever episode for 2022. My name is Temikos Kumalo, undlanga mandla usiphatla sendlenkulu. Encased in dark one-way windows, seated on a glass linen cushion, with bright enticing light that makes the adornment around visible. At the right hand of the entrance, there is a unique and cozy bar that envelops through inviting liquor. Nasaba lobo makaje sokungitholise egajalana. Uqhatshelwe vele emkhulwini yilo ngiyeze ngaqhubeka ngihlezi phansi ngilokhu ngilola amazinyo as I waited at Kenny Casa to chop it up with world-renowned Michelin celebrity chef Joshua Ncube.
Jogador. Do jogador. Uma jogada infeliz.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's good to have you back here again.
Thank you so much for welcoming us.
Looks like you enjoy being here.
Yeah, I do.
Which is it's a good sign, right?
Yeah, and I will come even tomorrow.
Okay, cool.
Carl, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
And I believe that we're gonna have a good time today.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
And we're gonna see and we're gonna hear from you what you have in store for us as Bulawaians.
Yes.
Exactly. So
is that what we're calling ourselves? Bulawaians. Yeah. Amaskaisians. I'm a kings or queens. Depending where you are. Okay.
Yeah. So with that, Carl, like I would want you to check us through of who Carl is for the benefit of those that you don't know.
Right. So Zimbabwean. So I'm colored.
Yes.
Born in Bulawayo, raised around Zimbabwe. I'm a creative chef, I'm a comedian, filmmaker, writer.
Okay.
Yeah, all of those things rolled up into one. 43-year-old villager living in Victoria Falls.
Can you feel strong like that in your 43 years?
I don't know about strong. I can't do one press up. I can maybe two. I can do two. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's all.
Yeah. That's pretty much me.
All right. For the next 3 months, like we just understand that you're gonna be here.
Yeah.
And we just want to figure out and know what you have in store for us.
Okay.
In terms of your cooking and your recipes as well.
Okay, so basically we're doing like a restaurant consultancy with Casa, which is a Brazilian restaurant.
Yes.
But what's been brought here to do from a business development perspective is to tie in the festivities of how the Brazilians actually are. That the Brazilians cook great meat, they like to cook it on an open fire. You know, Brazil has such beautiful women. It's just a laid-back sort of environment. People are very festive. It sounds exactly like Bulawayo, to be honest. And they love their football, just exactly the same. So it's just to show the link from a food perspective of our beautiful city of Bulawayo, plus also Brazil, and introduce like an element of bringing something international meets local here in Bulawayo. So we're excited about that. We're excited to be introducing just newer ways of doing things, of dining, of going out, a way that we can celebrate our beautiful city at the same time, same way that we can push tourism, same way that we can host guests from outside the country, the same way that we can push domestic tourism. There's a lot of different things that we're actually trying to push here. And also train young people as well, from a cooking perspective, how to get into the hospitality game, how to sell themselves, how to grow their confidence. Because that's why I started washing dishes in a restaurant. So and here I am today, washing dishes in a restaurant.
That's amazing, Carl. That's amazing. We also figured out that you recently launched a book called Chikafu.
Yes.
Exactly. So we want you to take us through the journey of what's in there, the content and stuff like that. What are you going to be teaching the public?
Yeah. So Chikafu was a way to represent celebrating the past of Zimbabwean food, looking at how we cook food presently, and then also trying to figure out how we're going to show the future of Zimbabwean food. I think quite often we look at an ingredient and we say, oh, you can't do that with this ingredient, or you can't do this with that ingredient. But we're not very different to the rest of the world, you know. Istrala is the same as in other countries, like the Italians have polenta, in other countries they've got different, like the Indians use dosa. There's so many different things that are similar to what we'd call sadza here in Zimbabwe. And so Chikafu was just a way of looking at food in a global context and say, listen, we've got something to offer the world which is uniquely ours, but we've got also something to offer the world which is to show how much knowledge we have of the world and how we can bring that into our cuisine. Because food is a movement. It was always people coming from the east, coming into Zimbabwe, trading, going across, people from the south coming up north, people from the north coming down south. It was just an exchange of ideas, and that's how we got to what we do today.
All right. So obviously, like there are a lot of people that are going to be here at Kamikaze. So is it okay that you're going to be performing something, maybe as a comedian and stuff like that, for people to get to hear some of your talks and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I mean, anyone who's dining here is obviously going to experience some jokes from me. Like there's never a point where I switch off in terms of telling jokes. So I suppose if you're dining here and I come up to your table, you guys are probably going to laugh a little bit at a time or whatever. But in terms of comedy shows specifically, it's not really the focus of what I'm here to do. I think I'm really trying to push more the culinary side of things, and also because we are producing a lot of content for some international platforms, and I'll be doing some international tours. So maybe after the tours I will be coming back to do some comedy, but you never know. Like I can wake up in the morning and tomorrow I just want to crack jokes. You know, something funny would have happened, you know, maybe anything could have happened in Bulawayo. Maybe something has happened with Sandra and Devele, or something that has happened with Ufu, some kind. Anything can happen that I may want to talk about in my comedy.
All right. Probably last but not least, you can take us through your journey of being an advocate for tourism and stuff like that.
Yeah. So when we started comedy, my wife wanted to travel around the world, and so my tours going around the world started from that perspective. And so we traveled and we saw the world. But the more we saw the world, the more we saw people were more proud of their identity than we were in Zimbabwe. Like for example, in football, people will fill up a stadium even though their team is losing. They'll wear the jersey even though their team is losing.
Exactly.
Like Arsenal supporters, do you know what I'm saying? That happens a lot. Or Man United supporters, they'll still wear the jersey. And that's the same sense of pride in tourism as well. It's like people will be proud of anything from their rural areas right up to their cities. But in Zimbabwe, we are ashamed of sometimes our rural areas. We're ashamed of our townships. We are ashamed of just who we are as people. In fact, sometimes ashamed of our language. And I thought, using my platform, using the fact that people know me, using the fact that I have this reach, I can try and instill some level of pride, do my part in terms of giving people something to be proud of. So it's almost like being the national team. I go around the world winning at comedy so that I come home and I, show people that it's okay to be proud of where you come from and who you are.
And last time we met, I heard you talking about adorning probably this space, probably outside. Like how's that going?
So we basically want, when people come to Kankasa, that outside is going to be very festive. We want to work with the local authorities to see how we can have street-wide sort of events, how we can bring what we're doing in here out to the streets, out to the people. That's what we want, because It's a Brazilian restaurant.
Yes.
And Brazil is in Bulawayo.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that the Brazil comes out of the restaurant and filters out onto the streets. And that's basically what our objective actually is. So we're going to be trying to play a close part with the local authorities, with the tourism authorities, to try and see how we can create something a bit more special and festive within the street corner that we're at.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mentioning Brazil and Bulawayo.
Yeah.
And mentioning that they are food lovers in Bulawayo, they are
Yeah.
also food lovers. I'm sure that food goes hand in hand with music.
Yeah,
So
it does.
should we also expect music, maybe live concerts, while people are eating and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's aspects that we're a fine dining sort of restaurant, so you will get a lot of music that is actually playing from the background,
From the
right?
background, okay.
But also, we are also doing quite a lot of content as well.
Alright.
So we're going to be doing content that's promoting Bulawayo or whatever it is, like trying to see how, as a restaurant, we can also help like artists doing their videos, content producers doing their content, to try and bring across that element of supporting the wider community to be able to do that. So yeah, you're going to see our imprint in terms of the content you're seeing out there in the market, because we believe the content is good for us from a marketing perspective, but it's also good to support the content producers and also the artists as well, to be able to produce like even more exciting things. And if we can be a part of it, we want to be a part of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that was amazing, Carl. It was nice having you.
No, fantastic,
And
fantastic.
I'm looking forward to coming back again.
Yes, but I need to also take you through our kitchen and show you exactly how to make something in our restaurant.
awesome.
So yeah, because we're going to be doing a lot of training. So I want to train you today
You're gonna train me?
and see how you make a steak.
Okay,
And
wow.
just test and see how you're,
How
do you have
good.
it in your genetics? You know, yeah, exactly.
Next time we can have
Yeah,
maybe after that.
Yeah,
Right, thank you so much, Carl.
cool.